Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Evoland 2. Last time we got back to the demon camp, but it was then attacked by sorcerers, which seemed to have sent us into the future. And we went into this hideout to find someone strong enough to move the boulder from Mayen Bridge. This time we'll be exploring and trying to find the two keystones, essentially, that we need to get through this door. Whoa, okay. As you can see, there are everyone's favorite spike traps, like in The Legend of Zelda. They are rather annoying, but luckily they're not so bad yet. They get a bit worse. These were always my least favorite part of the freaking Zelda games. Man. Anyway, we can go down here where we see there are three-dimensional spiders, the worst kind. Luckily they just take one hit, so that's not that bad. And we can see that there's a chest down there, but we can't do anything about it yet. We'll have to wait for later. So instead, we try and go up this way, and we encounter a locked door. And now there's a bunch of basically Armos Knights. They can only be hit from behind, so don't even try to hit them from the front. I believe you can hit them with Manos, though, and that's pretty useful. I believe if you try and use Fina, though, it just bounces off unless you're hitting them from behind like others. Oh, there's a level. Nice. We get 1 defense and 4 health. Not the best, but that's alright. Ow. Well, at least I got some health from that. Man, these guys do a lot more damage on this difficulty than the previous one. They're mostly just annoying, though. Just kind of cycle around them if you can. And there we go. All you need to do to get past this gate is just kill all of them, because for some reason that thing was triggered by the statues being alive somehow. And now we encounter the first... Well, there's only like 2 of these puzzles in the entire game, so don't worry about it too much. Basically, you can just tilt the these guys to get the... I don't know if it's like a mirror or some sort of like weird dream catcher thing, but basically it bounces off it. So what you want to do is bounce it through here so that it lights all of the chalices? Those aren't really chalices. I don't know what to call them. Torches, basically. And now we encounter this one, which is kind of even more annoying. Basically, you just want to get all of these lit in some fashion. So, ow. That hurt. Basically, we can have this one go all the way around here and go through there. Or apparently not. There we go. Oh, that was close. And we can have it bounce down there, which gets that one. And we can have it bounce in there, which would get that one if it wasn't already lit. But what we actually have to, do... Yeah, the only one that really matters is that one, because that's the only one that encounters these obstacles. Every other one is just there to hit you, basically. So all of this is basically just about hitting these at the right time so that it bounces into the flames. And once you do all that, it opens the way forward. Not that big a puzzle as far as these things go. Oh look, it's the blob again. These ones jump instead of getting that whole weird anger thing. And the problem is they're very small, and they can actually just go through this thing. Rusted. Sweet, I can blow off steam on something that won't complain afterwards. Apologies in advance if I break it. Yeah, so that's a little hint telling you that in order to trigger these, you need to hit it with Fina. Because for some reason, her punching it is better than us hitting with a sword or something. There's a lot of fish here, as you can see. Also, you want to switch to Manos, because there's also skeletons, which you can't kill with just a regular sword. So instead of doing that, you need to have Manos hit them, which I did a terrible job of showing there. But, as you can see, there's basically just a lot of fish here now that we drained the pond. Also to note, if you go over here, you can see that there's a chest there behind that wall. That's important to note for just a tiny bit later, because you don't want to miss out on them. So now we have them all clumped together. They can all get killed by 1 Manos pound, which is quite nice. Also, for some reason, some of the items that are dropped in this world, in the 3D world, are silver. I don't think it has anything to do with them, like, restoring more or anything like that. I think it's just that the textures are sometimes off somehow, and so it gets rid of the colors. Now, as you can see, killing every enemy in this room opens up doesn't open up anything. It spawns this little raft, which we now can push over here, so that when the water's back on, which for some reason we can trigger by having her punch it from this side. There's some weird stuff about just how it works, but that's true in pretty much every game. And once that's there, we can walk right across. Pretty useful, if I do say so myself. And after that, we can follow this all the way along here. And get another save point, which is quite nice. Also, if you didn't forget the chest, it's right over here. And inside you get Oricon Ore. Very useful. So now I believe we have 5 pieces? I will check our inventory once that's done. Oops. Yeah, don't walk into spikes, it hurts. Anyway, inventory, yeah, we now have 5 pieces, so we could get some Oricon armor if we wanted. I still think I'm gonna probably get the sword first. Ow! I really thought I'd avoided that, but no. How does a flopping fish do 8 hearts worth of damage? And I can't collect any of that? Oh boy. There we go. Now I got another level. Thank goodness. Perfect timing. 4 damage and 1 health. Oh, that's not bad. So as you can see, this whole section is all about the traps, unfortunately. Oh. And you need to kill everything again, and that spawns this little raft. Now, the raft... Ow, for frick's sake. The raft you want... The raft. Luckily, that also prevents it from getting there. It's quite useful, and you can see there's also a raft here, like we saw before. So we want to push this as far forward as possible. And then flick the switch again. Because as you saw earlier, we can walk on the heads of these guys, or at least that guy, when the water's up, and that lets us move over here, which lets us move down here. And that is very useful. Oh, right. We need to get Manos out. Kill both of these guys. There we go, that's some health. That's good. Now, the whole reason we did that was so that we could get over to this side, and once we've killed these guys, we can go over here and drain the water again, which is useful for moving that one raft we saw earlier around. Now, if you are smarter than me, you will notice that you should not run into spikes, because they can hurt you, so don't do that. You can see this little alcove up here. It has no purpose whatsoever, as far as I know. So if we can push that down there, because what we want to do now is get over to where that spider's rolling around, and pushing it down to that corner gives us a nice little way around the spikes. So now once we trigger this again, and have the water rise yet again, we should be able to just walk right over. Yep, as you can see. Easy peasy. Oh my goodness. Spider, I hate you. There we go. Good. And as you can see right here, there's some health again, and a save point, which is basically a free heal. And in here, you find a blocked door. And what do we have here? We have the good old traditional giant blob monster, which jumps around and is basically just kind of annoying. Ow. As you imagine, it's the kind that splits into a bunch of smaller blobs when it dies, like, well, if you've ever played Binding of Isaac, like, Blastocyst, or if you've ever played Rogue Legacy, the, oh my god, these are annoying. So yeah, basically, the strategy with this boss, as it is with all of these sorts of bosses, is focus on one segment at a time, and then when it's all the way gone, then you can move on to the other segments. Jeez, this thing's annoying. My goodness. It's kind of hard to tell where the tiny blobs are going, unfortunately. Well, that wasn't too bad. There's also some pots in the room, which can usually contain a fair amount of health. Also, you might think that you can knock them into the spikes, and you can. I think. That might have just been that it's time to split, but... Oh my goodness. Okay, so be very careful, because you don't really have a lot of invincibility frames, so you can kill one, and then... Oh, they can recombine. I didn't actually know that. That's interesting. Oh my god. Stop. Stop doing this. As you can see, this can be quite annoying. But in general, it's not that bad, as long as you're just patient, which I am not most of the time. Anyway, here's some blobs. That's the last blob. Oh, I guess you can't knock them into the spikes, they just kind of get stuck. Well, There goes my theory. That would have been a nice touch. Sadly, there's there so that you can't go around the edges for some reason. I guess in case there's a glitch or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're down to the last few... probably the last couple blobs, and done. So once you kill all of them, that guy explodes for some reason. And it gives you a little way up here. Now, you might think you can't go across spikes. He can, so be careful. Luckily, hitting this thing makes the rafts rotate. But we kind of want to be able to go down. What the? Oh my god. That was annoying. Because we want to be able to get that chest, so we want to go down. So. Oh my god. Okay, hold on a sec. Just wait for the thing to recharge. Actually, we should probably just do this one. Oh, wait, no, we won't miss. Well, we can do it from the other side as long as we trigger him first. It's probably the way they intended for you to do it, but... Did that miss? How did... So as you can see, there's a few somewhat annoying parts about this, especially in 3D. What the frick, game? Okay. I'll see you when I can finally get this working. I remember what you're supposed to do. You can go down here and then hit it that way. I'm done. Okay. Well, now that that's done, you can finally get across and get what's in this chest, which, as you might have expected by now, is... one strange gem. Yet another item that's likely to bring you trouble. Well, I mean, yeah, probably. So be careful there, because you can get crushed by that guy. Also be careful there. Luckily, it wasn't that big a deal, and that thing's respawned. So now we can put one of the gems in. Let's put the stake in! No, we can't. It doesn't do anything. I wonder if you can put gravity away. No? Oh. Can I put the candy in there? No. Okay. Yeah, as you probably expected, you can put one of the strange gems in there. And that's one half of this place done. Now for the second half. As you might expect, there's a chest there, but we can't get it yet. So, instead, what we're going to do is go around this way and kill this freaking blob. Flickin' blob stand. Yes, that's a very astute reference on my part now. Okay, and that takes us over here. Whoa, that was close. And so we can go this way and encounter lots of these slidey spike guys. Yep, as you can imagine, this is not the most fun place to go, but luckily you can just get around it that way. If you go over here, you can find a chest, which contains red goop. Would you say that's alive? I wouldn't, because it's goop. Anyway, now that we've crossed this, the gate has opened or closed, I guess, and blocked us off. So, this is a kind of annoying place. But you can get these guys crushed by the traps, so that can make it a bit faster. And also they tend to be clumped together, so if you just get them all together and slam them down with Manos, that should work too. And as you can see, that didn't take that long, and we've killed all of the skeletons, and then a blob was there somehow. I wonder if... Oh, yep, it can kill it. Fantastic. Alright, and there's a spider. There goes a spider. There's another spider. Luckily the spiders are not that big a deal in this place because they don't shoot webs as much. They just run around erratically. Anyway, down there you can see hidden behind the wall there's a little switch. And when you flick that switch, it causes this to start moving up and down. At least up. No, yeah, there it goes. Down as well. Which lets us go up here. Turn lets us go all the way around this path and run right past the blob somehow. I don't know how I managed to do that, but sweet. And you remember that chest we saw on top of it? Oh my god. Okay, whatever. I don't need to worry about that. Remember that chest we saw on top of this place near all those spikes? Well, this is how you get to it. And inside there is a collectible star! It's been a while since we've seen one of them, but now we're up to 11. Not bad. And now the blob spider passing in the night. I don't know if it's actually... I mean, it kind of seems like it's always night in the haunted forest, so... whatever. You missed the down. Well, now we get to wait for another few seconds, and... boop. There we go. Okay. And now that we've had that little excursion, we get to go this way to... this suit of armor. Now, the first time I played this game, I was stuck at this part for quite a while, because you can't, like, hit anything. But if you press space, you end up going into the armor. And that lets you cross spikes. Good to know, right? Yeah. Additionally, it's not made very clear that you can do that. So, I got stuck there for longer than I'd like to admit. Oh, and now there's a bunch of spiders here. Lovely. Right after I said they weren't that bad. And they remain to be not that bad, actually. He says, right as he got hit. And 2 more. Oh, 3 more. Hopefully, I can actually hit one of them. You are literally stuck in spikes. Joy. Alright, so doing all that opens a little gap there. So lets us get across to that area. We have to get back into the armor and waddle around like a little weirdo. He really doesn't know how to walk in armor. Also, I don't know how this is letting everyone else walk too, but that's just how these games work. If you go and step on this, it creates yet another path that we can cross using armor. So, as you might expect, this whole section is basically just using armor to walk back and forth and hit switches and things. It's not so bad. Unfortunately, you can't actually swing or anything, so if you encounter a row of pots like that, you're stuck until you hit yourself on spikes now, until you can use her to break them. If you use her to break them, it's not that bad. Also, while you're here, you might as well break these pots too, because you know they're going to be useful, or you're going to need to go this way later. So, that's all well and good. We've opened a slight way forward. There's some more pots there, but we can't get to them. Go down here. So you might think that we can go and use this spot to take our armor off, but we can't, because I guess it's chipped or something. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But since we can't do that, there's only one place we can go from here, and that is to right here. Sadly, there's not really anything we can do here. So, you may be slightly confused as to where to go. Well, the answer is, you remember how we could stop here? Probably you didn't, but you can, and then if you go around here, you can break these pots that are in the way. That lets us get to the other exit armor spot, which I still doesn't make sense that you can only exit in one place, but whatever. And that lets us cross here, and if you look down here, you'll see that there are more pots we can destroy. That's nice. You might not think that matters, but it probably will soon. Now if we walk down here, we can walk onto this, and then cross over here, and that lets us go across this way and land on this little thing that opens a little... I don't know why I keep saying little. It opens another way forward. Luckily that comes back up for us, so we don't need to worry about being stuck there forever. And we cross this and open this last one, which lowers this gate. And now we're back at the entrance, but we also have a nice little platform opened up there. Now, you might see that chest over there. Well, it turns out you can just walk behind here and get it that way. Not that hard. And in here we have green goop. Ah, it gets sticky. It sure looks sticky, I guess. Anyway, now that we've reached that checkpoint, we have one last puzzle to do in this area. Now, Notice all of these are pointing to this crank here. That's basically just because it rotates all these platforms around. So you can go over here and break these pots. You just get some money from it, or you can get some health if you're low on that. And then you can rotate here. And rotate here. Basically, the whole idea of the section is to try and get that chest there that's underwater. It involves a lot of rotation. So we go this way and rotate here. So you go all the way around. Sadly, we have already screwed this up, because while I can press this, that just starts a timer. And I need to get to this one. Which, wow, that actually worked. Before I had to do this whole thing where I had to maneuver two platforms so they were right here, but apparently you can just do it in quick succession if you manage to do it that way. But anyway, as you might expect from this being the last puzzle, we get the other strange gem, another item that's likely to bring me trouble. So after that puzzle, that was not as difficult as it used to be, we now just need to rotate this platform all the way back. I mean, you technically don't need to rotate this one, you can rotate the one on our right around and it links back to where that blob was before, but this one's probably faster. And now we can go all the way back up to the entrance again. Put in the second strange gem. And that opens the way towards their boss, who I guess we might as well see in this episode. This might be a bit long, but that's alright. And this nice little platform that goes all the way up. And then it just leads to this little area. If you're like me, you might be stuck here initially, but all you have to do is do what all heroes in this sort of game do best, and break pots. You are rather odd looking. Who broke my beautiful pots? I loved those pots. Oh, I recognize you. You're the ones who came and chased my ghost friends out of the forest. And now that I've got new friends, you want to take those away from me too? No, we just heard you could help. I don't believe you! I see I have no choice. I'll have to get rid of you. And now we have a boss fight with Jatai. So just... he'll shoot these little spores from his back, like the mushrooms did. And once he's cycled around once, he'll pop up at the front there, and then you just need to knock one of the spines back and then smash his face in a bit. Pretty traditional fight in these sorts of games. Just be a bit careful, and once he's past a certain level, he'll rotate around a bit more. And once he roars like that, you know he's going to take even more hits to knock down and then be able to hit. It also means he's going to shoot more spores around. So he basically usually rotates around a quarter turn. Well, now he rotates around a half turn. It was a quarter turn before. Oh, jeez. Oh. There we go. So now you need to hit him twice as opposed to the just once that it was before. And he's going to move a whole half turn around before popping up. It's pretty forgiving, but you just need to be sure... Oh, wow, that was just one. And why did that not count? Now he's going to yell again. If you want to, you can try saving up an attack, but you're going to have to hit something at him, so it's not really worth it, in my opinion. Now we're going to have to hit him 3 times before he comes down. And that was only 2 for some reason. Alright. Well, now there's just one more go, probably should do it. Just try and avoid the shadows as much as you can. And then you can just do this, and and this, and this, and smash his face in. There we go. He's rather unhappy. As you might have expected from someone being beaten up. You're just too strong. Sorry, my friends. Once again, I have failed to protect you. But we don't want to attack your friends. She speaks the truth. We simply require your assistance. You seem strong enough to remove the boulder from Mayen Bridge. The boulder? Why didn't you say so? But you attacked us first. Oh dear, I suppose so. Please forgive me. I only thought... Actually, I should be thanking you. After our encounters, I had a change of heart. Since I've lived alone for so long, I resolved to make some actual friends. I suppose humans aren't so bad after all. Ha ha ha. It's been ages since that whole ghost thing. Anyway, you're quite the looker for your age, ma'am. If you have any tips for keeping your skin so smooth, I might be interested. Although I'm not human, I'm starting to get these wrinkles and... Hey, I'm still young! Might we get back to the issue at hand? I want to find my people. Ergo, we have to cross that bridge. Sadly, I don't have the strength to do that. But you're a demon, aren't you? Yes. Then perhaps I could help you. Think of it as an apology for attacking you. We Guardians are able to harness mana. Mana? My dad mentioned that once. It's some kind of natural energy. You find it in all living things, but it's dangerous in large doses. Yes, that's right. They say it's possible to increase a demon's strength using mana. How would I give you mine? Really, it's the least I could do. So going through all that, we get mana, natural life energy, guaranteed 100% sustainable, eco-friendly, and gluten-free. It is done. I hope it helps you. Now leave. I need to rest for a spell. That fight wore me out. It's been ages since I swam that much. Maybe I should start exercising more and lose a little weight. So, Jatai is a guardian too, like the one we faced in the forest in my time. I wonder if they're somehow connected to the Magi. Did you catch that, Solid Snail? We must locate the person who will help us use this mana. Alright, and so once you've beaten him up, you're free to go. If you talk to him again, you can't, so don't bother. And then we can walk back and... head out of this, because we're all done here, so I think that's going to be it for this time. Next time, we'll figure out how to use this mana, and possibly proceed forward past Mayen Bridge. See you guys then. Bye-bye!